God. Ask God.
Hi Scott, this is Kay. I'm from the UK visiting Canada, and I met somebody who's been on your, I think, your podcasts, and he speaks of you very highly. His name is Nick. I'm a new seller, and I've created a private label brand, namely Vitamin D. I've started sponsored ads, and I'm not noticing any sales. I've had some in the past, about 50, 60, but I've only got 3 reviews. Amazon say they don't penalize. I'm kind of stuck. I don't know what to do. Some people recommend inserts. And I understood that Amazon doesn't let you deflect their traffic. So I'm not really sure what I should do. I haven't really got a high budget, maybe £300-400 per month, no more than that. So I really don't know, because I need to start making an income from this. And I'm getting a little bit concerned, and I've just come across a bit of a challenge, and I'm hoping that you can please shed light as to what's going to be the best option, whether I need to find somebody to do Google Ads. I have a social media expert who's working on building like a presence on Facebook, which is working well. But again, everything is discounted, and I'm really not getting much sales. So any advice would really be helpful. Thank you very much.
Hey, Kay, thank you so much for the question. And Nick, I want to thank you for sharing the podcast with Kay. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, let me kind of dive in here. Okay. One thing that hit me right away is that a couple things that I want to address here. Again, if we're having this meeting together, right, and we're having a cup of coffee, this is exactly the advice I'm going to give to you. It's just everyone listening is going to get that same advice. All right. So it really hit me that you said 2 things. Number one, you said that you have to get this thing going because you want to be able to replace your income. That's going to be a really, really hard thing to do in a short period of time. And it's kind of risky if we're talking about replacing our income from one product selling on Amazon. So it kind of goes back to the first question that I was talking about and sharing my opinion and thoughts on that. It kind of goes hand in hand with this same question, although yours is about how to get more sales because your pay-per-click doesn't seem to be running. But I would just, again, want to make sure that anyone else listening, including yourself, Kay, is that, at this point, you can't really be thinking about like that, all of a sudden in 30 days, this is just going to take off and it's going to replace your income. I don't think that's a smart move. It is going to take work. Now, you did mention that you have someone that that can build out a social presence. They can maybe build an external kind of like a following or a list of people that are interested in your product. That is the long term. That there can be beneficial for you. So if you have someone that that can help you with that, I would definitely take them up on that offer. That doesn't mean that that's going to help you replace your income in a month. It means that over the long term, I'm talking, 6, 12 months, you can have a pretty good following. So this way here, you can start taking that traffic and then building out your external channels so you can start getting your own sales, not relying on Amazon. Now, let's go back to Amazon because that's where we are and that's where you want to sell. And I think that you can sell. One thing that, and maybe some people listening to this also caught this, is that you were saying that you ran pay-per-click and your results weren't that great, maybe not even any sales, but you made 40 or 50 sales organically, which I would need to know a little bit more as to why that would have happened. If it's because of a promotion, then I really wouldn't even count those. But going back to pay-per-click, you said something that immediately called out to me is that you had 3 reviews, right? So if you're running pay-per-click and you have 3 reviews, your conversions are probably going to be low. Okay. And anyone listening is asking themselves, like, what is a conversion? It's basically a sale. Everything that Amazon, kind of uses as their gauge as far as like how they want to rank you and how they want to promote you is all done by sales, right? So we want to get more sales. Well, if you have only 3 reviews, but your competition has 50 reviews or 100 reviews or 300 or 3,000 reviews, it's going to be hard to compete with that. So even though you're getting eyeballs with the pay-per-click, you are not getting the conversions because people aren't trusting the listing. And that takes time. So you either have to be willing to give away product at a discount or for free in order to start getting a base of reviews. Now, I don't mean give away. I always have to clarify this because I'm not ever saying that you should give away your product and basically say you have to give me a review and it has to be a 5-star and all that stuff. That's not what I'm saying because that to me is unethical. What I'm saying is you don't have to, but you could give away or at a discount or free in exchange for your honest review and have that as a disclaimer and all that stuff. That's all that we're saying here because that will then start to get you conversions organically and naturally, even through pay-per-click, that then can turn into those reviews that were given by people that had purchased at full price. All right. And then that will kind of build upon itself by you using a follow-up sequence, letting people know that you're there for them and that you want to make sure that they received everything, maybe even give them a PDF, a guide to help them through that process. Now, you also mentioned that Amazon doesn't want us to divert the traffic to our own website. And that's kind of true, but it's also it's a lot of people get hung up on that and then they don't think that they can give external help. I don't believe that that's true. Again, this is my opinion, so do what you feel is right. But I just received a package for an accessory that I bought for my iPhone, and it's a pretty big company, and they have all kinds of calls to action in there to bring me over to their website. They even have it to bring me over to their website to see their other products, which I think that's a little bit riding the line. They do have some really clever ideas on how to get people to use their product and then from there show it on their website and then for you to be able to be part of their VIP, also to warranty your product. So it's a way for them to get us over to their website. And I think that's totally fine. I don't know why Amazon would ever have a problem with that. But again, you have to use your own judgment on that. But I think you going forward and saying that you can build out an external, presence, like socially or even on building your own email list, which I think everyone should be doing, then that right there is the long term because then you can help people through the process as far as like how to pick a product like yours or maybe information that surrounds that product. That's the long-term play. And you guys have been hearing me talk more and more about that because I've been doing that before I ever started selling on Amazon. So I know the power in that. It's just Amazon to me is the channel to get started and to start getting some of that traffic. And then from there, you can start thinking about that external channel. All right, guys, you guys know I can talk about this stuff for days, but I want to just address this one part of the question, which I think is pretty critical. If you're running Amazon pay-per-click and you only have 3 reviews and you're not getting sales, that's probably the reason you're not getting many sales. It's not 100%, but it's a pretty, I would say a pretty sure thing in my book. Now, I have run products myself and I've had, students of mine or people that just listen to the podcast tell me that they've started pay-per-click with 0 reviews and started getting sales. That just means that you have a really, 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 really hot product that people don't even care about reviews. And that's good. That's a good thing. But it doesn't mean that we're all going to be able to benefit or to be able to have that, that really, really awesome scenario. We just don't. For the most part, people need to see reviews for social proof. Well, hey there. Thank you so much for listening to that episode of Ask Scott. Now, that was just a highlight from one of our full episodes where I generally answer 3 to 4 questions on a podcast. If you want to go back and listen to all of the past archives of not just the Ask Scott session, but all of the full episodes where I do interviews with top Amazon sellers, people starting from scratch and building a business, if you want to listen to any of those episodes, head over to theamazingseller.com and you can find all of that over there. You can also find details there on how you can ask your own question and get it aired on an upcoming Ask Scott session and possibly see it here on YouTube or just on the podcast. All right, so definitely head over to theamazingseller.com. There's tons of resources over there for you to be able to build your e-commerce and Amazon business. So definitely go check that out. Now, I just wanted to remind you one thing before I let you go. There's a lot of information out there and some of it is really, really good. But what I want you to remember is you have to not just consume the information, you have to actually apply that information. So take this information that you learned here today and apply it to your business. And this way here, you can get results. As my shirt says, I wear it almost daily. Take action. We'll see you guys.